What if there was a book that existed where the teachings within it had come directly from a divine being? This is the book that I'm going to be sharing with you today. The book itself had been written by a student who, over the last 20 to 30 years, had worked directly with this divine being and not only transformed their own life, but had been able to write down the teachings that were shared with them with a view to sharing it with the world. So this book quite literally contains specific and direct instructions that come directly from the divine. Now I know what you might be thinking, that sounds a little far-fetched, and how do I know that this is true? Well, this is the book in question, and the author of the book is a very close friend of mine. His name is James. He is the best friend of my dad, and I've known James for all of my life, and I consider him to be my uncle, really. And he wrote this book a couple of years ago. It's called The Final Great Path East, and it's his personal direct account of his 20 to 30 year interaction and connection with a hidden divine avatar. And it's so grounded and down to earth. You know, he was in his early days a bricklayer, and he talks about becoming a master bricklayer and then moving on and working through various different religions, trying Buddhism, trying all these occult practices, until he reached a point eventually when he found our master and began the path that he outlines then in this book, which is so simplistic, so direct, and so transformative. And the reason that I wanted to make this video today is because I want this book to be out there to more people. So what I thought I'd do was share a couple of little extracts, and this is just from the student and master dialogues, so this isn't necessarily any of the direct teachings or any of James's accounts, personal accounts, but this is just some of their conversations that had been noted down, and I think you'll get a feel for the kind of vibration of the words. You might feel it, you might sense it, but I thought I'll share a couple of bits with you. My dear Swami, your faith and love has brought you a long way. Please keep up your amazing progress, not for me, but for you. Yes, all that I do as a teacher is for you. You are all still asleep, and you gave me the power to do as necessary to wake you all up. I do this with love and honor. You will learn trust beyond your wildest dreams, and you will move toward home much quicker. Yes, I am your very dear friend, but above all, I am the divine. My love for you all is my motivation to bringing you back and allowing you knowledge that most will only dream of. All I ask of you is to extend your love and roll my eternal teachings out to those who are ready. You will know who is ready. You still have and will always have free will. Keep looking for me in all that you see. I am pure colourless light, and yet all colours, all lights. Push to see me, bother me, keep asking to see me. There is nothing else, only me. All else is a creation of your mind. Do not mistake this temporary abode as your eternal dwelling place. Do not lose heart at evanescent troubles and short-lived tragedies. Immerse yourself in the effort to attain the eternal divine. Everything in this world is subject to decay, if not today, sometime in the future. It is not right to reject the divine, who is eternally related to you, and be misled by this world, which one is connected to for a short while. Consider the number of births you have taken, and the countless mothers, fathers, wives, husbands, daughters, sons, friends, and enemies you've had. Do they exist today? Do they remember the relationship? You are no one to them, and they are nobody to you. But you and they have the divine in common as the unchanging relative. He is there throughout all births. He is eternal. He watches over you from one birth to another. The Lord will never give up on you. What greater tragedy can there be than forgetting such a Lord, with the senses weakened, powerless and refusing to function, with the parents, wife, children and all relations crowding on one side, while the messengers of death compelling you to pack up for the journey without delay on the other side. Who knows when this call will come? Before that moment, be ready with the thought of the divine. The spiritual path at the moment, because we're so overwhelmed with so much information, there's so many contradicting teachings and paths, and everyone gets so confused, understandably, about which way to go and what they should be doing, what practices they should do, what they should avoid. This book will give you clarity. It will give you simple, direct clarity on what you can be doing right now, today, and every day going forward, and not just impossible tasks that are very difficult for a family person to integrate into their life. you will have direct advice and guidance on how to integrate all of this stuff into a busy life. When you're married, when your partner isn't interested in all of this, when you've got 2 kids and a job and a mortgage to pay, how do you integrate your spiritual work then? How do you make it work? Well, you'll find out in the book that there are some simple practices that you can do every single day. He breaks down exactly how to meditate. He breaks down some different meditation techniques. He talks about different ways of communicating and connecting with the divine all throughout the day in a way that's easy and simple. It removes a lot of the fluff, a lot of the practices that I see many seekers dabbling in and spending a lot of time looking into. And this isn't me talking down to those people. I totally understand it. But a lot of that is stripped away. And it's like, this is what you need. These are the things that will take you to the goal that you're seeking. Whether you know it or not, you're seeking the divine. This is all you need to do. Do these things and eventually it will come about. And not only are the teachings explained in the book, but also you get to read the struggles, the trials, the tribulations, the miracles, the amazing experiences that James got to experience himself over, as I say, 20 or 30 years of working directly with this hidden divine being. So it's an incredible account. It will inspire you, and it will also give you simple teachings that you can apply right away. One of the most important is avatars. And as I touched on earlier, avatars is something that I think a lot of people think they know the truth of avatars and they think they understand avatars, and they may well. There may well be people out there, you may be one of them, that fully understands and appreciates what an avatar is. But for most people, and I've understood this from just seeing comments and having interactions with people, they don't completely understand what avatars really are. They kind of take on this idea that they do, but then when they start talking, I think you've not really got that. You're definitely not coming at this from quite the right angle, and that's fine. But this is what this book is going to be really, really good for. It will give you complete clarity on what the hell an avatar is. How does someone come to be an avatar? What is the difference between human beings and avatars? Are there any avatars around at the moment? These questions are questions that you will have clarity on once you've read the book, because it goes into detail on all of those types of questions. And it's important because there are avatars alive now, and there will be other avatars coming up in the future, because we're in a very pivotal point of human history. We're coming out of one of the darkest periods of time, and we're coming into, many would call the golden age. And because of this, there are divine beings that have come down alongside other beings such as indigo children, crystal children, these types of people, to help to uplift the consciousness of mankind. So avatars are often misunderstood, but you will have much more clarity and understanding on what avatars are through reading this book. Now, one of my favourite parts of the book is the master-student dialogues that are shared towards the final 3/4. And basically this is a lot of the conversations and personal teachings that are expressed and shared between Deus, which is the master, and James, obviously the author and the student in this book. And the teachings are just absolutely beautiful and so simplistic. They involve a lot of miracles. They involve a lot of Deus picking up on what James is thinking, or giving him direction on choosing his house, for example. There's so many incredible stories of miracles, direct miracles, that happen between Deus and James and other avatars which are spoken about within the book. And to me, you can feel the vibration in the words. And that might sound like a ridiculous thing to say, and you might be thinking, well, that's just because you know who both of these people are and you feel that closeness. But I've got students of mine inside of my school who have read this book as well, and so many of them have told me that they've been, reduced to tears because of the beauty of the conversations. Or sometimes people have said to me that they've just been opening the book or reading the book, and they've felt, their third eye tingling. They've felt this energy around the crown chakra. All of these are really, really positive signs, by the way, and you will not get that with every book. Only very, very special books will have that effect. And the vibration is contained within the book. The energy of the words, the energy of the divine, the grace of the divine, I believe, is there and present within the book. And many people have, and many of you who may come to read this, I'm sure will feel that. So I don't want to go too much deeper with this. I want you to be able to enjoy it yourselves. So what I'll do is I will leave a link to the book down in the description below. feel free to grab a copy of it. It's on Amazon. If you have read it already, I would love for you to leave a comment below to encourage others if it was a book that you really enjoyed. Share what you thought of it, share how it's helped you, and I look forward to reading through your comments. But failing that, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.